Here's a trick to get fast strength and muscle gains. Pick an exercise you suck at, practice it, and get good at it. You'll get those newbie gains again, like you did when you first started working out.
But I don't want to.
I love this advice.
Yeah.
This is some of my favorite advice to give, because I think that I don't care how long you've been lifting for. I think everybody is guilty of gravitating towards the exercises that you love doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we all do. I know you guys are all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. You get in a routine, you have a few exercises you love to do. They're always in the rotation. And by the way, some of them should be, right? Like, I do think there's some movements that are such high skill and such high return that they should be in your routine most of the time.
Yep.
But then there's another, I don't know, half or more than half of exercises that we choose from that I think we still get stuck in a handful of the same ones all the time. And just simply changing the exercise up will stimulate a new response to the body that you're not used to.
Yeah, immediately. Anytime anybody mentions front squat, I'm like, okay, now I got to program that in for at least a month or so, because it's just one of those I just conveniently kind of push aside because it's really challenging.
It's a hard one.
Yeah,
that's why.
Super hard one. It's that and like pull-ups. Like, I'm always like, I find myself just conveniently avoiding it. And not including in my like regular practice of working out. But yeah,
that's more what it is. I think it's more that there's exercises that we tend to avoid because we suck at them.
Yeah,
they're hard. We don't do them well. Maybe we're not as strong at them, so we tend to avoid doing them because I don't want anybody to see that I'm not using as much weight or whatever. And the interesting thing is, if you pick those exercises, do the one that you suck at, and say to yourself, okay, for the next 60 days, my goal is to get really good at pull-ups, for example. Let's say you suck at pull-ups. I'm going to get really good at pull-ups, or maybe it's dips, or maybe it's push-ups, or maybe it's a windmill or anything, right? I'm going to get really good at this exercise I suck at.
Yeah.
And through that process, you tap into those newbie gains that you got when you first started working out, where you got stronger every single workout. And it's because you probably suck at the exercise because you probably don't have the CNS doesn't, work with it properly. You don't have the right skill for it. So that process of learning it, man, gives you those quick gains.
What are some? Justin named some of his, right? Pull-ups, front squats.
Yeah,
what are some of yours? I know we all know. Like, there's movements that like you hear and you're like, I haven't done that in a while. I need to do that. That's such a valuable exercise. Why haven't I done that? Right? What are yours?
He hit front squats. That's mine.
Really?
I used to.
I feel like you're pretty good about that.
No, I don't.
Really?
When I do them, I can get really strong at them, and then I don't do them for a long ass time.
Because I feel like because obviously we don't see every workout that we each do, but I see most of what you guys do, and I feel like you're probably the best with doing front squats.
No, I haven't done them in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw, on Facebook how it shows you like memories or whatever. I just saw one from 10 years ago, and I did a front squat with 315.
Yeah, but it hasn't been that long. I've seen you do front squats.
No. I know that.
So, okay, front squats. What else?
Let me think. What else? What else?
Bulgarians? Are you pretty consistent?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one that I tend to.
That's on my list.
Yeah.
Bulgarians are one that I avoided forever. Then I went on a kick, getting really good at them.
Oh, you know what?
Huge gains from them, and then I still have to remind myself to return.
You know what I don't do a lot of at all? Hang cleans or a high pull. I did them the other day, and I could feel them in my traps on my upper back. I'm like, oh man, I could get really, because what happens when you start with an exercise you suck at is you can't go very heavy, but then you practice it and the strength gains go up really, really quick. So I know I can get strong.
Yeah, but that's kind of a unique one. Like when you think of like
you mean common ones?
Yeah, no, or just like what we would consider, say, top 20 exercises.
Like, it should be in the rotation.
Right, exactly. Like I agree. Like, front squat has to be up there in the top 20 to 25.
Yeah.
Right, up there.
Yeah.
Right? So front squat has to be there. Bulgarian, I would say, has to be up there. Pull up. That you said pull up. You don't do regular. Pull up would be up there. Like, ones that are missing from like the core, like really, what do you probably neglect or have to remind yourself, like, oh, I need to do more of those. Bulgarians would be mine for sure. I tend to move away from that. Front squats, maybe. I would say I'm up there with
They're
that.
just so hard. That's what it is.
Well, that's one of the ones that hurt me last because I went heavy. I was feeling good.
Too fast.
Yeah, and my core, or it was my obliques, or I felt like I pulled a rib. Remember when I was telling you about that? So it was my serratus, like that was like,
core work in general, I would throw that in there. I mean, mainly like crunch and
abs.
Like sit-ups, but yeah, because I do like more rotational stuff just because I want to be intentional with that, but I do less ab specific work.
Yeah, I would say I'm with you on that. Sal's the best at that. I always catch you doing your ball crunches and doing your
windmills. I haven't done those in a while. And I remember when I first tried doing them with you guys, I couldn't do one with no weight. Remember?
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I was like, my body's not. Why doesn't it want to move like this?
Do this.
And Justin was really good at them. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. And then I went on a kick at practicing them and doing them, and I got really good at my deadlifts. Felt really stable from it. I haven't done them in so long.
That's why I got into them, because I kept like hurting my QL, and it was definitely one of those things I had to be intentional about it, so that way I built some strength stability there. It was always.
I mean, you've been talking about the sled a lot. That's got me back into.
Have you done them now?
Yeah, you know, and it's one of those ones I know, and you talking about it makes you go, oh, you know, it's been a while since it's been in my routine. So
you know what? There's a difference though between throwing exercises in here and there. I do pretty good at like throwing stuff in. What I'm talking about is picking one of these that I throw in and being like, I'm going to do it consistently.
No, and get good at it.
Yes.
I agree.
Big difference.
That's what I'm talking about too. Like, yeah, you intermittently thrown a Bulgarian squat in one time and then going right back to what you're doing. No, it's like,
I got one. Single leg deadlifts. That one. That's one that I haven't ever really said, let's see if I can get really strong at this exercise, because I tend to go to my bilateral.
Remember when I went on that kick? You know, I actually, it wasn't that long ago, I tried doing it and realized like, oh shit, I need to go back to doing that.
You got to a point where you were using 100-pound dumbbells.
And I was doing it from the kneeling barefoot position. Remember,
are you like cleaning it up to your chest too?
I would snap, remember, I have it in my Instagram, I would snap up off my knees into a single pistol position. Yeah. And then I would hinge over and deadlift the dumbbells up with 100-pound dumbbells. And I got to a place where I could do that pretty easy. And so I do that the other day. I was all over the place. I was like, oh boy, I need this in my life.
You know what?
Again.
Just thinking back now, I did do this with one exercise in particular. You guys remember when I went on a kick with hip thrusts?
Yes.
And I was like, let's see.
Yes, I remember.
It's all wink.
Yeah. You guys remember the results, right? You guys were all, no wonder you guys
Juicy Sal, dude.
They were so nice to me back when I was doing that. No, I went on a kick because I was like, okay, I'm going to do
games after our podcast.
I broke your hand on that steel. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to do these for a little while, see how strong I can get, and then see what the carryover is.
Yeah.
And so I did. I did hip thrusts once or twice a week for a while. I got up to like, I don't remember how much, 600 pounds or something ridiculous. And man, I got strong in deadlifts. I could feel it in my squats, and I haven't done them in a while. So maybe I'll pick that. But it's fun. It's fun because you pick an exercise that you really don't do often, and then just make it a goal for like the next month or two. I'm going to get really strong at this lift, and I'll keep doing my other stuff, but this is the focus. Right now, you know what it is for me? Dips.
Oh, yeah?
Right? Yeah, right now my goal, today I just did, what did I strap around? 100 pounds. I did 100 pounds around my waist, and I was doing doubles with dips.
Nice.
Because I've been doing them regularly and building my strength up. Yeah. So, but it's a hack. It really is a hack.
No, it's a huge hack. And for people that have been lifting for a long time, it's just a great way to break up the monotony of doing the same stuff all the time. It's like, you know what? It's like, I'm going to pick an exercise that I know I suck at, that I know I'm not very good, but I know has a lot of value, and I'm just going to insert it into a routine. And what I like about that too is, like, I don't care if you're following a MAPS program or you're following somebody else's program. You can easily do this and just pull out something that's not in there that you know that you haven't done in a long time, insert it in the muscle group or whatever, and just make it a goal that you're going to progress it and get good at it.
Speaking of workouts, so, you know, all of us have been experimenting with this, like, you know, MAPS 15 type programming or methodology, right? Now, we're all more advanced, so our workouts are more like 20 to 25 minutes. Sometimes it'll take me 30 minutes just because I'll do longer rest periods, but usually what the workouts look like is like one compound lift and one or two single joint lifts, or two compound lifts or something like that. And every day, right? I'm doing it every day. Today, I'm like, let me just test out, because typically the intensity on this is moderate high. I'm not maxing out because I'm doing it so frequently, right? But today I'm like, let me test out the strength. Let's see how this is working, because I feel good. I feel like my joints are good. I'm feeling strong. And I went in there and I ripped 515 off the floor like nothing.
It felt smooth. It felt smooth, huh?
I pulled it up like it was nothing. I probably could go 550, 560, I think. And that's from training with this kind of short, daily,
I think you could easily, from the way it came up, it looked like you could have easily done that.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see. When was the last time you really tested your deadlift?
I haven't gone over 500 pounds in a long time, just because it's, at some point it's like, should I keep doing that? But the young man ego still lives inside me. So, but hey, I did it and I felt really good. And hey, kudos. I'm giving me a pat myself on the back. I didn't go heavier, because it did come up fast. And in my head, I was like, let's have another.
There is some restraint there after all, right?
Yeah. Dude.